Alrighty, howdy guys, I'm a fellow 8, your favorite Wolfgirl Enthusiast, and welcome to Fire Emblem The Sacred Echoes for this Random Romhack Friday, number 4 I believe. How you guys doing today? It's gonna be a good one. This is the widely beloved Fire Emblem The Sacred Echoes, the demake of Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia. Yo, what's up DV? I saw John Doe in chat earlier, and the SAO Gamer. What's going on? It hasn't indeed been a little bit of a break between streams and whatnot due to work, but we're back into it now. Fire Emblem The Sacred Echoes, gonna be a very fun one. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the FEU page for this game, as we typically do. Gonna turn on the old music. I did a little sound font that I haven't yet uploaded. Gonna have that on in the background. Turn it down a little bit for myself. You guys can let me know if it's too loud or whatnot. But as per usual, we're gonna look over the Fire Emblem Universe page. We're going to read what this game's about. I'm sure most of you guys already know. It's been a very well publicized hack. No doubt whatsoever that this one's gotten out there. It's made its rounds. A lot of people have heard about it one way or another. And deservedly, this one has had tons of love poured into it. This is one of the most, worked on hacks of all time. So we're just gonna go through it. Sacred Echoes. Oh yeah, by the way, made by Hypergamma Spaces. I hope you can see, yeah, their name right there. And many other people have also worked on this game, but project leader is Hypergamma Spaces, so hats off to you for making it if you happen to watch this. Fire Emblem The Sacred Echoes, until they think of a better title, is a demake of Fire Emblem Sacred Echoes, or it's a whatever, that's the name of it. Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia is the original game. Fire Emblem 15 on the 3DS if you don't know. It's a very, well-beloved game. I have my hot takes on it for sure, but we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, this one covers up to Arc 5 with 46 story maps, 1 guided chapter, and 8 repeatable maps. So if you know Shadows of Valentia, you'll know that there's, grinding mechanics, like the shrines and the... Well, I guess it's basically just shrines, but there's also those, like the tower... I don't know. I'm a little bit foggy on the details. That's gonna come into play here in a minute whenever I get into my my hot takes for this game. Let's see here. Yo, what's up, Jig? Dang, the F of the 8 is streaming. Indeed I am. And yo, what's up, Lee and Lucas? Man is back. Beat it yesterday. See the amount of passion and care they took to make this game. Indeed. Indeed. This one has received about as much passion as any game could. So some of the features that are listed here. And by the way, this game does come with a giant readme page that has all of the features and elements and whatnot that come into the game, but I'm not going to get into that because it would be like a 30-minute read session just getting through all of that. It's a very long readme, but if you want to, you can download this game for yourself. You can read the readme. It's in the zip file for the game, so you can have do that at your leisure. Let's see. So the Gaiden Echoes magic system. One of my least favorite magic systems, in truth, but it's definitely interesting. Where spells are learned by level up and are accessible through the black magic or white magic menu at the cost of HP. So anytime that you cast magic, it's going to cost you HP, but it's going to be quite strong. You're going to learn your spells through level up, so there's no buying them or anything. And then also, if you don't know, Shadows of Valentia, Gaiden, they don't have weapon uses, and the weapons, you can only equip one weapon at a time, or you can have an orange or something in your inventory. Just one item in your inventory at any given point in time. So that's why the magic comes into play there. You can equip a shield and then also have magic, things of this nature. Let's see, so various mechanics tweaks to mirror Echoes and Gaiden's combat system, including the EXP formula. That's not something I know off the top of my head, so if anyone knows that, please feel free to clue me in. Got Nina and Mathis, very nice, very nice. Turn it down 3 notches, gotcha. Let's see here. I'll turn down the music just a little bit there. Okay, so the weapon triangle applies to equipable weapons and can be one-sided. Think carefully about how to approach weapon triangle advantage and weapon triangle disadvantage. That is interesting. The original Shadows of Valentia and Gaiden, by proxy, I guess, don't actually have weapon triangles, so it'll be interesting to see how that applies to this one. That's actually one of my big gripes with the original, is that I don't like weapon triangle not being part of the game. I think it cheapens the gameplay just a bit too much. I know that there are arguments against it, but I disagree primarily with all of them. Branching promotions from the villager classes with 5 possible class options for each. Faye now has access to the archer line. Very cool. Faye did not have access to the archer line in the original game. Third tier classes with expanded caps allowing stats to reach 40. The Dread Fighter to Villager loop is also included. Very nice. Female sages can now promote into female Dread Fighters. Huh. That's fascinating. That's a very interesting change, but I'm kind of down with it. A functional world map that can be explored just like in the originals. I do like the world map. That's a very good one. Still CG is adapted from Echoes. Nice. Additional units to fill in the gaps of the Echoes roster. A thief and an axe user. Okay. Right. So the original game, well, both SOV and Gaiden didn't have axes as playable weapons. You could only get them. You could only get one through like a findable event weapon thing. And then I think that was it, right? It was like a woodcutter's axe or something. Don't quite recall. There may be another one, but either way, you can't use them as weapons in the original, so there will be some axe units in this game. Sacred Springs, allowing units to gain experience, stat boost, or even revive dead units. Fascinating. You'll recall from Shadows of Valentia that the, like, behind the Milla statues, there are, like, stat boosts and experience. That's probably just to mirror that. Casual, classic mode split. Interesting. We'll be doing classic, all new GBA, remixes of Gaiden and Echo's soundtrack. Awesome. Various UI improvements, and available in both Spanish and English. Which is a big one. I know that a lot of Fire Emblem players are primarily Spanish speaking, so this one will be very accessible to those of you who are. As you'll see down here, the patch has Act 5 up to Act 5 in English and up to Act 3 in Spanish. So if that interests you, feel free to download it. The link is in the description as always. Here's some screenshots. I'm not really going to spend too much time looking at them, but I'll scroll through them so you guys can see them. Hopefully that appears, yeah. Let's see. Whoa, yo, what's up, Roche and Uchil? Unfortunately, hard mode isn't yet available. Yeah, I was reading about that, so I'm just going to play on normal. That's the intended one anyway. Available but not tested, yeah. Ninja Camilla, nice. Gotta go back to work because your lunch is about to end. Yeah, have a good lunch and or work time, Jig. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, as you can see here, so looks like Valbar is going to be an axe unit. That'll be very interesting. I do like the axe armor animation there. That's the Team Salvage armor knight stuff. And then here's our thief. I do actually recall her. I did play this game one time on JBR's channel like 2 years ago, so that painted my, I guess I would say, like, thought process towards this game in a different light than I expected. This game, as I've said many times, I don't exactly like Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia, but it being on GBA kind of opens up the experience for me personally in a way that I don't know, it makes me more open to exploring it. I'm going to go in with an open mind and open heart, and we're just going to see what happens. Like, as you can see, all of the sprite work's beautiful, all of the, like, character models, the sprite work, or battle models and all this stuff, quite wonderful. I love Silk up here. She's my favorite character from Shadows of Valentia, I'm pretty sure. Either her or Kamui, either one. Anyway, this is not the complete release. As you can see up here, this is the version 0.99 beta release. It's getting very close to completion, so give this one your support so you can see a very fruitful, successful completion of this game with all the love it deserves. Whether or not you enjoy Shadows of Valentia, you've got to respect the love that went into this game. There's nothing short of beauty when it comes to this sort of thing. Let's see. So, a couple of issues, potentially. Only balance for normal mode. Act 4 and 5. Gameplay needs feedback and further balancing. That's where you guys can come in. You can comment on this FEU page or in the comment section below, or maybe in their Discord, which they have linked right here. Give them your feedback, your constructive criticism. Hopefully make the game grow in a very wonderful way. Some issues have been reported with rewarp. We're probably not going to see that in this particular episode, because that's a pretty late game spell, if I recall. Support conversations are implemented up to 80% completion, and some issues reported while suspending while promoting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. I don't think that I'm going to end up... no, I probably will promote, but I'm not going to suspend. I'll just keep that in mind. So with all of that out of the way, we should be able to get into the game now, which should be the fun part. A lot of reading, no doubt, but the fun part should assuredly begin. Let's see, Echoes is top 3 FE for you personally, almost entirely personal bias, fair enough, but the characters are so good, soundtrack, voice work. Sound like Oliver when you say beauty, very nice, I'm glad. I'm glad I can live up to the beauty of the beauty. Nothing quite like Oliver. Also, I'm very glad to see that my camera hasn't gone down. I was having a lot of issues with that prior to Stream beginning. I was afraid it was going to go down and I was going to freeze frame like I did last time. Maybe we can have a no technical difficulty Afolo stream today. Turn the game back up for myself. Do let me know if the game is too loud for you guys compared to my voice. Don't mind to turn it down, turn it up, whatever the case may be. Just let me know and I'll fill it out to your preference. But we can go ahead and get into it, setting up controls. I think they're already good to go. Fire Emblem The Sacred Echoes by Hypergamma Spaces. Let's get into it. New game. We're just going to go the normal difficulty. Let's see. For those seeking an easy experience, yeah, there's an easy mode and then difficult mode. Not designed yet. Play at your own risk and please provide feedback. So, again, that's where you can come in. As always, like I said, the link is in the description below. Make sure to play it for yourself. Also, apparently the convoy is shared in this one and not in this one, which is a very fascinating way of balancing the easy difficulty. But yeah, we're gonna go normal classic. I'm probably just gonna, like, Tin Man this game. I'm not gonna, like, hard Iron Man it or anything. If Alm or Celica dies or I get a game over, I'm just gonna keep going, but I don't think I'm gonna reset for most characters' deaths. There will be a couple here and there, like probably Silk. Oh, also, I guess I should probably read the story. If you haven't played Shadows of Valentia, which, fair enough if you haven't, you know, you won't know the story, so it'd possibly be good to read this. I'm not going to read through this part, I think. It's just the overarching story. I don't know. It's cool. I think it has a pretty cool world to it. Valentia would be divided in twain. Yeah, there's Duma Milla. Yo, what's up, Meme Dream Machine? How's it going? In order to secure lasting peace, Duma and Milla each pledged never to violate the other's domain. So essentially the northern region is ruled by Duma, the southern region is ruled by Milla. Duma's like a war god. He, there's a lot of text. But yeah. It's a big game. It's a big game in a lot of ways. The original is. I'm just gonna kinda go through this. If you want to read this, feel free to. I'm not gonna read all of the story of it. We'll just read the text as it comes up. I know that there's going to be a lot of it, that's for sure. I know that this isn't a one-to-one, like, exact depiction of the Shadows of Valentia story. There are some liberties taken, most of which that I've seen are positive liberties taken. And then there are some, like, for the most part, it's going to tell the exact same story. What's up, Dribble? Good to see you. You did well in your training today, Alm. We'll rest here. How about some lunch? Really think so? You're not just saying that, are you, grandfather? Either I'm getting old or you're getting better. We both know I'm not old. Okay, for the most part, this is gonna be, one-to-one. Ha, then that means you'll finally let me travel outside the village. Don't misconstrue my words, boy. The rule still stands. But why? I'm not a child anymore. You just said I can fend for myself. Myson looks very good. Yeah, you're gonna find out that the portraits, sprite work is immaculate for this game. There's been no effort spared whatsoever. That's not what this is about. And what is it about? Look, I've heard from the others. Sophia's getting to be a scary place. Because of the drought, many have become desperate enough to rob and plunder. Earlier during wrestling practice, landed quite hard and heard your neck crack. Oh boy. I feel for you. Here's hoping that doesn't turn into anything. I hope you feel better. And don't think that I haven't also heard about what the Regillian army has been up to in the Borderlands. Yo, Heartless Caesar, what's up? Did a very good job to Faye, and Echo she was unbearable to you. Nice, okay, that's good. I actually do like Faye a lot. In the original, she's very funny to me, and that's about all there is to it. To make me like a character, they've either got to be hot or funny, and that's really it. Like, it genuinely is for the most part. Or, like, if I start to take them seriously, then that's cool too. So, Sophia's people need help then, and I want to go and help them. Don't forget to like the stream so that a fellow can get his yearly haircut. That's true, my hair's been absolutely flowing recently. It's just, I haven't gotten a haircut in like a year and a half now. What about hot and funny? That is immaculate. I love that for sure. Let me use these skills you've taught me for something. I've taught you self-defense, not self-endangerment. Just as I've taught the other youths in the village. None of them even bothered to show up for their lessons today. Go see what they have to say for themselves while I'm cooking. Nice. Grow your hair out, challenge Doug for his throne? Oh, for sure. That would be quite a challenge, but one that I'm down for. Okay, so one thing that I immediately see is that we're not getting the, like, walk-around feature of Shadows of Valentia. I do note that there is a hack that allows you to walk around in GBA Fire Emblem, but I'm glad, honestly, to see that it's not here. I don't mind the exploration, I don't mind, like, the walking around and stuff for the first playthrough, but after that it gets a little bit tedious, at least in my opinion. Great, Oben. Where were you guys? Huh? Who's that with the armor? Oh, hey. This fellow's here to see Sir Myson. He was just about to tell us more. Good day. You must be Sir Myson's grandson. Was it? My name is Lucas. I fight for the Deliverance. Lucas looks immaculate, by the way. I know that they all do, but I love Lucas. Lucas is one of my favorites from this game, for sure. I love Lucas. He's wonderful. I have no complaints about him, whereas I can usually find complaints with other characters in this game. The Deliverance? What's that? Aren't you one of the Knights of Sophia? The King's Knights? Love so many characters in this game. Nice. Lucas, your beloved sprite, exists. Always. Always. Immaculate. I love that word. I use it all the time. Oh, I see. I suppose this means word hasn't yet reached your village. In that case, please forgive me for heralding such dark news, but King Lima IV is dead. He met his end some days ago at the hands of Chancellor Desay. What? You're saying it was regicide? I fear so. It seems Desay sold Zofia and his soul to the Regalian Empire. With their aid, he has seized the castle and begun visiting injustices upon those loyal to the king. Walking around gets tedious on the second playthrough. Me, whose next project has a lot of walking around chapters. It's fine. That's just my personal take. Anyone can have their own take on it. Lucas is hot, you would... Whatever you would, I agree. I agree. You right. Sir Clive of the Knights of Zofia would not stand for Desay's abuses and founded a resistance army. That would be the Deliverance. You know what I would. Yeah, I would too. You right. However, our situation is dire. We need a hero's aid, and so I have come to the home of one of Zofia's greatest heroes, Sir Myson. Do you see, Olm? Sir Clive would not have sent me were it not urgent. Will you take me to see your grandfather? Yes, of course. Also, personally, I'm glad that this skipped the childhood phase. Like, I know that people liked that portion because of, like, oh, the backstory, oh, the Celica, oh, the... whatever. I don't like it that much. I just don't like the kid fighting version of the stuff and things. Anytime that I see child characters, like really, really young child characters, ages like 7 to 10, you know, it's rough. No, Roche, it's not okay if it's under 7. Um, Promoting child soldiers? Shh, it's fine, it's fine. Look, I'm fine with, like, the Fire Emblem young, quote-unquote, where, like, the trainee units are probably, like, 15 or something. I know it's, like, a war crime and stuff, but it's kind of funny whenever you can train up the youngsters and stuff. But I don't like it when they're, like, 4, you know? Because, like, they were clearly not capable, like, they shouldn't have even been holding swords. But whatever. Medieval stuff, that's how it'll be. It's a Fire Emblem Storage, like Fire Emblem Storage with 20 chapters long with a few non-combative chapters. Awesome, where you recruit new characters. Good goblets. I knew Zofia was in hot water, but is this guy serious? Oh yes, the Agoj with the 7-year-olds? I don't know what that means, but you're probably right. Geneva doesn't exist in FE. There aren't even suggestions. You're right. Let's see. Knew Zofia was in hot water, yeah. It was in hot dog water. So there's going to be a war. Cliff looking kind of good. Yeah, I like all of them. I like all of them quite a bit. Cliff kind of has that, like, almost Ephraim vibe to him. I like his portrait in this one better than I do in the original. Maybe that's a hot take, I don't know. Hot dog water, yep. There already is one from the sound of things. That's awful. If Sir Myson rides off to war, what'll happen to Alm? You got me. Yeah, everyone looks good, yeah, I agree. Good day, Sir Myson. My name is Lucas. After this chapter, I might end up skipping the story. For the most part, I would say it's going to be pretty close to identical. If there are changes, I would be sad to miss them, I suppose, but for the sake of actually getting through the gameplay, which is what I'm personally most interested in, because I didn't like Shadows of Valentia. I really didn't, in terms of gameplay. So I really want to see if this game can make me change that outlook. And if it does, I'm going to go through and replay this whole game, or play this game for the first time, at least this version, and experience the story without any biases, because I didn't finish Shadows of Valentia. I just didn't enjoy the gameplay. So I'm hoping that this one, being, you know, GBA, being with all this love that's put into it, maybe it'll change my mind. No one looks as good as FE2 Cliff. FE2 Cliff is really funny. All of the FE2 portraits are really funny, especially if you look at the official artwork for them. That is a mess. A straight disaster, but I love it. I love it a lot. Quite sure the beginning is 100% true to the original. Makes sense to me. So to that end, maybe I'll just go ahead and skip. If you guys want to experience the story for yourself, I highly recommend playing this game for yourself. I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's down in the description below if you want to get it for yourself. Please do. I'm just going to go ahead and skip as much as I... Oh, actually, you can't question... Oh, you have to press B. Okay. Seems we misplaced our hopes. Yeah, we did. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and skip the story then. It's not bad. It's one of the opening segments of all time. Grandfather, I'm home. Okay, we got Gray and Tobin. Well, look at that. A little bit of well, I think that's the exact CG, just color reduced for GBA, which is really nice to see. Can't believe you didn't play the game that set the modern standard of making archers overpowered. That's funny. I did play this game. I quit. I remember the exact two chapters that I had prepared before I quit. We'll just go ahead and do this. So you don't get Cliff and Faye from the beginning unless you presumably talk with them, and then talk is going to be like a free action essentially. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so the 2 chapters that I had left, I was, let's see, Celica's map I had just chosen between Sonia and Dean, and I chose Dean. And I didn't play the map, but that was the next map that I had on her route. And then on Alm's route, I think I had just saved Mathilda. I think that was it. I'm pretty sure that was it. I'm pretty sure I had just saved Mathilda, I'd used her once, and then I was like, yeah, okay. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how this game explores the whole everything. I think we can see their growth rates as per usual. Their growth rates seem to be... I don't know if this is better or worse than the original. I know that they had low growth rates in the original, and that stat bonuses and whatnot were essentially like you kind of just got all of your stats from promotion. Mathilda or Matilda, well, either way, I call her Mathilda because I am Dumbo, but it's, you know, I think she's kind of cool. Once we get her, I'm definitely going to use her. I will simp for her, but you will definitely not see me simping for a certain somebody else related to Mathilda. That's for sure. So this is a bandit. Does he have a name? I doubt. Yeah, okay, they all have the same thing. This guy just has a portrait. Interesting that he has an affinity. Oh, also, I kind of want to know about that. I know that they have supports, but do they have affinities to the truest extent? Oh, also you can see down here, next to Gray's name, that he's ready to promote. That's the promotion symbol. He's already level 5. He can promote as soon as we get to that statue. And therefore, I'm going to focus experience into Tobin. Tobin's actually my favorite of the villagers. I know that a lot of people like Gray more, but I like Tobin the most. He's my favorite. Although it looks like... Let's see. It looks like Gray is quite a bit better than him. Well, he has less speed, and in this game, the doubling threshold is 1 speed over. Yo, what's up? I'm here. Sad that Jesse's a thief and a hack, and Atlas is an axe user. Would have loved to have 7 Dread Fighters. Nice. Let's see. How you doing, SEO Gamer? Anyone playing Pokemon Violet? Yeah, that's a good question. I know the Pokemon Violet and Scarlet have been going around recently. Let's go ahead and recruit these 2. I hope you guys have been having fun with those games. There we go, we got Cliff. Dread Fighters do fun. Very nice. There we go. We got Faye as well. And we get to shove one of them. No, I'm kidding. We're going to leave them alone. So villagers have 4 move to start off. I'm not really going to analyze the bases and growths of the unit because there's not really a big element of character design in this one. It's essentially just down to, well, I guess I can look over their constitution and talk about what their support affinities mean and stuff. Yo, what's up, Tim? Just beat the final boss of the game. Very nice. But I can talk about stuff like that. I'm not going to touch on the stats or the growths or anything really because as far as I'm aware, I would be surprised if this were opposite. These are going to be true to the original. If you play the original, you'll know how each unit's going to fare for the most part. Like, Alma's going to be crazy, Gray's going to be pretty good, Tobin's going to be, like, either mid or good, Lucas is going to be solid enough, Cliff is going to be decent, and then Faye, I assume Faye is going to be quite a bit different in this one just because of her promotion options. Need a low-level Bagon. Hey, yeah, you can ask Ren in the Discord if you want, or I think you already did, but either way. Let's see. One of the very few SRPGs that made you want to not Iron Man at the first try. Interesting. Oh, Triangle Strategy, gotcha. Triangle Strategy is a very interesting one. Yeah, you pretty much can't Iron Man that one to start off. Okay, so just really quickly gonna look over all of this stuff. It looks like weapons don't actually have weight, so I'm guessing that Constitution has to do with Rescue. Okay, so we do have Rescue back. Good. I love the Rescue mechanic. It's one of my favorites in all of Fire Emblem, so we're going to, big time be using that. I am very, very happy that that is back in this game. Let's see here. So we'll go ahead and put Gray up front. He's going to be good for weakening, and then Tobin can kind of just do what he wants. This first map's kind of a basic one. I mean, it's Shadows of Valentia for you. Also, you get to see the jump into battle animations, primarily made by Team Salvaged, if I recall correctly, but others have most certainly contributed. One off the top of my head that I know of for sure that's contributed a lot has been Neuramon. I don't know how much any of these people have particularly contributed to each particular animation set. I know that the villager model, as you can see here, is from Neuramon. But a lot of very talented sprite artistry has come into play here. Some absolutely beautiful movements in the sprite art form. Love Rescue mechanic, aka I make poor tactical no, that's not what that means, actually. It's actually, I make great tactical decisions, and I'm really good at Fire Emblem, so I use the rescue mechanic to its fullest. That's what that means, I'm pretty sure. I'm just, maybe I'm a little bit biased. Did he miss twice? I didn't pay any attention to that. That's just Lucas for you. Speaking of that, though, so Shadows of Valentia originally is on the 1RN system, so missing twice would have been understandable. In this one, it's the 2RN system. So, yeah, sure, look, it's fine, I'm good at Fire Emblem. I don't promise, I assure you, but I don't promise. Maybe he'll hit this time. That's all that I need. I'm probably not gonna kill this guy this turn, whatever. Suspect, whatever. Look, I swear, maybe, that I'm okay-ish at Emblem Fire, the game of all games. One of the games ever that was made. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill this guy unless I use all three of my villagers. Faye is stronger than Cliff. That's pretty funny to me, but I like that a lot. Actually, she is consistently stronger than him with a higher base and a higher growth rate. I'm down with it. There's a fake good Fire Emblem player among us. Who could it be? I don't know. Who could it be? It ain't me. I'm not the Among Us. Look, I don't have the imposter hat. I just have this hat, whatever that is. The tractor hat. That's what that says, even though it's backwards for you guys. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna put these two down here. Alm, Gray, whatever. They're gonna be fine. If this works anything like base Fire Emblem, units are going to be attacked based off of their lower defense rather than anything else, really. Enemies are going for the kill, they're not really looking to gang up or anything, so I can just play badly, as you guys think, apparently, and we'll be all good. It'll be just fine. The young girl in the dress can just get chopped by the axe and then deal, like, even more damage with the sword, because swords are cool. And that's how that is. It is kind of refreshing, honestly, to not have a chapter that I have to think about. That is one thing about Fire Emblem. You have more recently had to think about the starting chapters. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to pay attention to what that was. Just open the present you got your best friend, and it was Among Us socks. Very nice. Yo, what's up, Alex? Good to see you. You're not late. Nah, it's fine. We're just playing the opening map. For the most part, we skip this story. That's why we're speeding along. Actually, it's been half an hour. That's crazy. Miss Sandra, finna have you act up. Very nice. Yeah, the Pokemon professor or teacher or whatnot. Okay, so Alm has 5 move, the rest of us have 4 move, except Lucas. No, Lucas also has 4 move. Alm, good old Alm. I'm going to refrain from my thoughts on Alm for just a little while longer. That's all that I'll say about Alm for now, but he certainly is one of the Fire Emblem characters. That's what he is. You're going to be seeing a lot of Lucas, though. Lucas is a character that I'm going to be using very much on the long term. Lucas is one of my favorites, in a big way. But Gray, you might not see a drastic amount of. I like Gray, but I think Tobin and Lucas are way more fun to use personally. Alm kind of plain. Yeah, a little bit. I think that Alm is a little bit of a not great Fire Emblem Lord, but that's just me. That's all. That's just my hot take. Maybe one of these days I'll have my mind changed on that, but I'm a very obstinate person when it comes to my opinions. Changing my mind is one of those things that doesn't really occur. Alma's top 5 FE Lords? Those are words that have been said, that's for sure. I'm sure somebody in the world agrees with you, Roche. In fact, I would hazard a guess that you agree with you, and you know what? That's all you need at the end of the day. That's all you need. Funny story, during a poll change challenge somewhere, Alm had gotten into the top 4. Ike, Robin, Marth, Alm, Leaf. Yeah, those are words. Yep. Ike, and Micaiah, very nice. You know, I can respect that. What in blazes are you doing? Either way, or either pay up or roll over and die. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen at all, actually. Did he just crit? I think that's crit, yep. Yep, homie died. He dead. The correct opinion? Ooh, that's not what I would say, but those are things that you can believe. I'll allow that in my chat because I am welcoming of other opinions. For sure. No, the XP, yeah, a little bit. Fitting I end up back in the dirt. Died in the prologue because in Thracia, because you forgot an enemy wasn't stationary. Fair enough. Play the NES Fire Emblem for fun. Yeah. Yeah, cool. You know what? I'm glad that someone can enjoy those games. I respect that. I do. Other opinions, such as regarding a specific brand of water. You know what? I was watching a video the other day of this person that I just generally disagree with, because that's how I do my content viewing. I watch things that I disagree with sometimes. And the guy just poured water into his cup, and it was Dasani water, and I clicked off the video. It's like, you know, I already disagreed with you, but you have made me disagree with you fundamentally, and there's no changing my mind on that one. That's just forever. That's just a thing that you have to live with that now. You have one less viewer permanently, just because you drank Dasani water. Like, that's all it is. Bottled water is truly a curse. See, I have this big bottle of water now that I got while I was on my business trip, and I've just been refilling it with spring water. It's smart water. Smart water is fine. Like, I'm not crazy about it or anything, but it's fine. I think it's distilled water or something. Vapor distilled water, which is cool. But I've just been refilling it with spring water because it's like this giant bottle. It's hard to see when it's so close to the camera, but it's like a huge bottle. And I like that. I like a big bottle of water. Gonna have to head out for a little bit, have fun, dribble, whatever it is you're doing. Alrighty, let's get into the second map. I'm not gonna read the story. They did the child scene again. I guess that's something you gotta do to stay faithful, but either way. At least I don't have to fight. That's good. Oh, he has an angry portrait. That's pretty cool. He likes a tall glass of water. Yeah, for sure. Tall, thick, and gorgeous. That's what they call the big water. But yeah, I'll just leave that there for now. Hold it, you lecherous pigs. When a follow meant to say you're wrong and you should feel bad about being wrong. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny for sure. Lucas is probably pretty tall. I would have to say that's, I could believe it. He has the most con out of all of our army. He's probably the biggest of the boys. It's Bartray in green. Yeah, very nice. I'm just going to put Lucas at the top, and we're just going to organize it in terms of which ones I like the most. That's how I like to do my Fire Emblem rostering. Also, I noticed that apparently... Oh, okay. Oh, wait. You can't trade away their weapon. Okay, you can have 5 items in this game. I am happy that that's back. Isn't Galzus or Gonzalez or something canonically 10 feet tall? I think Galzus might be. I can't remember Gonzalez, whether he is. Either way, it appears that this map, if I'm not mistaken, is improved for the better, question mark? I wonder why he's losing speed. Let's see, maybe it's due to the axe? Oh, it has 1 weight. Okay, that's right. I'm gonna have to fall back into this Shadows of Valentia gameplay mindset, because doubling is based on how much speed you have. Like, 1 point difference is the determining factor in whether you can double. The only way to not double is to have matching speed, and the only way to not get doubled well, is to have more or matching speed. And weight is just purely negative to your speed instead of being based off of con or strength or anything like that. Personally, not crazy about this system, but that's what they did, so you gotta stay faithful to it, I suppose. Move you right here. Probably just kill this guy immediately. Maybe I'll use Cliff and Alm for that, or Faye. Also, I believe that those like pinkish tints that were coming up were support points, if I recall. 2 difference. Oh, 2 difference. Is that true? Huh, interesting. 11 attack. Literally doing the classic schedule board. Nice. Alrighty, Fleecer's Forest, let's get into it. I don't recall if this chapter's the same or different. I think it's different, but either way. Basically, speed is meta, and having little of it completely cripples. A little bit, yeah. 2 more speed doubles. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you clued me in on that, because I would not have picked that up for quite a deal of time. Level up Faye, we need Pegasus or Cleric Faye. Yeah, I'll definitely be leveling her up. She's one of my favorites to use in this game, or in Shadows of Valentia. Alrighty, so we're going to start off with Alm up here. I'm going to let him go this way. Oh, also, bows are crazy in this game. They have, like, a lot of range. 1 to 2 range just to start off, and then archers get a +1 to their, yeah, plus 1 to their bow range. Awesome. Yo, what's up, VHS Crest? Good to see you. Been a while. So, we're just gonna have Alm go up here, see what happens. I'm sure that Faye probably won't kill this guy, but that's fine. She'll have an enemy phase to do probably a good amount of damage. I think she was doing 6 last chapter, so even if she's doing 5 now, it should be just fine. Yep, looks good to me, although maybe I'll hold off, possibly just a little bit. That's a name you haven't heard in a long, long time. Yeah, for sure. Has indeed been a while. So, Forest would be a good thing to use here, but I don't think Faye is really in danger, so we're just going to go for it. Give her as much experience as we possibly can. We've got vulneraries, all this stuff. Is that FE2 remake on FE8? Yes, it is. Fire Emblem, Sacred Echoes. Very much a demake, as they would call it. Alrighty, Lucas. So, as you can see here, the weapon triangle comes into play when you're not using the default. Every character carries the default of their weapon at all times. You can't unequip it. It's just straight might. Like, their attack is their damage output. They're just using a weapon because they have a weapon. And then, when it comes to other weapons, things like actual lances, you'll see, they have weapon triangle, whereas the bandit's axe does not have weapon triangle over him. He just gets the negative effects and not the positive effects. If we fight the Iron Axe guy, then he'll have the negative effects on both ends, for example. So, Lucas, go on into it. Madolce. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is at all, but probably. Yo, what's up, Cutie Pie? Good to see you. Never Few, Cutie Pie is here. Very nice. The whole gang's here. The whole army. I've got my my Alm, my Celica, my Gray, and my Cliff, my Tobin, and all these other characters. I'm just gonna have these guys rush forward. The enemies can do as they please. It's not really a big bother. Because nobody's really in danger of death, as far as I can tell. Dolce is VHS Crest PFP. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Alrighty, Faye. It would have been nice if you'd hit that one earlier, then you would have had 2 kills on your hands. Like how the bandits literally leap into the battle, yeah. You'll also see that the villagers kind of step up a little bit. All of the animations have been updated so that they sort of step into battle and stuff. Already decided on villager classes. No, actually, I was planning on letting you guys decide that. For the most part. I'm going to have my biases, and I'm going to talk about which ones I would like to use, and I'll let you guys decide based around that. We're not going to do, like, all of one class or anything like that. Just, we'll do whatever's fun, essentially. I'll let you guys, for the most part, choose. Is this complete? All archers. So this game is apparently at 99% completion. If you want to download it and play it for yourself, you're more than welcome to. Link in the description below, as always. It's on the Fire Emblem Universe page. Hopefully, you can play it for yourself, form some opinions, and relay those opinions to the creators. Half archers, half Pegasi. I think only Faye can become a Pegasus Knight for now. It's a female-locked class in both this game and SOV. Very fast level up and a very good one. Attack and defense coming in handy. Alrighty, so I guess I should briefly touch up on the supports, assuming that they're the same as in GBA. They are not. They're very much not that. I don't know how I got that screen. Is there a button that does that? I don't know how I got that screen on Alm. That's not one of the default screens, is it? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. If you have supports, then they're available immediately. Okay. You can just get them all? Okay, well that's really good. In that case, there's 100% odds that there's absolutely no way that you get all of the normal support bonuses, because an Alm with a, let's see, what is his affinity? Fire, Light, Thunder support at double B rank. Even if that's late game, that is insane. That is absolutely one of the most broken combinations you could have. That's full crit rate, just like that. And then if you could get them all, like, Alm exclusively gets crit rate from all of his supports if that's the case. Is it? Is it actually? Let's see, if someone does not have any support, it does not show. Gotcha. There's no way, right? I highly doubt that you get the default GBA bonuses. I'm sure that there's a... I actually want to look at the README for this, because this is something that's going to plague me as someone who is very much support-centric in their gameplay. Let's Control F this. Support. Let's see. Support rework. Let's type bonuses and see. No bonuses. How about bonus? I do not think so. Yeah, I don't know how supports are going to work. It's probably smaller bonuses, yeah. You can unlock all of the supports on a unit. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Alrighty, sounds good to me then. Let's see, does shove have any impact on Constitution? I guess your shove and your ability to rescue are both tied to having higher Constitution. Pretty cool way of doing it, in my opinion. I wonder if that includes enemies. I would say this guy, yeah, he has way more con. Do have a longer time to grow, yeah, fair enough. I do recall in the original that, Faye's support with Alm, was it? I think, was the one where you actually get a negative bonus, so that's kind of funny. Unless your memory of crit boost is off, even that's still a lot. Well, either way, if, for example, Alm were to get... Oh, he's able to promote now. I kind of just skipped that. I'll go back so you can see that. He is now eligible for the next class. Nerf Shove, fair, Shove Shot's OP. Yes, Shove's really good. But, like, for example, if Alm could get a full ace support on all of these, he would be gaining plus 15 crit per support. So that's 15, 30, 60, 90, 105 crit if he were to get straight down the line all A's. And that's, like, not including skills, weapons, or anything. He would just have 105 crit if you had, like, all of the people deployed and all of these. Oh, it actually... Oh, okay, this is great then. Wait a minute. Well, I know the Celica one's crazy because they don't get to fight near each other at all. If, in the original Gaiden, if you had Alm and Celica fight next to each other, they gain, like, 100% crit bonus or something. Due to the way that their support was only active for one chapter. But I'm glad it shows this. It is really helpful. Obviously, the Alm Celica one's going to be insane. The Mice and Alm one seems to track. Because that... Well, I mean, apart from the... No, that seems to track. That's... Because Fire Affinity would be attack, hit, crit, and avoid. And all of that... Well... Yeah, it's less crit. Okay. Either way. Limit to support bonuses. Your Alm had all A supports and he was not invincible. Very nice. 3 crit for B rank seems more fair with the infinite supports. Yeah, I would say so. Because usually Thunder and Fire both give crits. Fire gives attack, and then defense comes from Thunder, but you have to have a B rank in order to receive even 1 point. They're already at B rank. I don't know. It's probably its own system. We'll probably get into it at some point. It'll probably matter eventually, but for now, we can just not think about it for a bit. We can just have the basic understanding that supports help. No reason to not get supports. Maybe even keep them in mind. Skill, defense. Okay. That's a fine level up. Defense in this game is pretty good. Let's see, we are within getting shot range. Wonder what the archer's going to do. He'll probably shoot, I would have to imagine. Go ahead and wall off right here. Do the slow gameplay strat, because we got a bunch of bandits approaching. A couple of low health units. Although it's not... Wow, he missed a 92 in GBA. A rank probably gives 5 crit. Yeah, probably. So the weapon triangle is essentially That scared me for a moment there. The weapon triangle is not in effect for weapons that are just default, like the bow, axe, sword, things of this nature, but it's in effect for all other weapons, like Iron Lance. Iron Lance, you'll see right here, has the full effect of the weapon triangle negative bonus, but it's not receiving the negative bonus, or like the axe isn't receiving the positive bonus because it's just a plain axe. When we get up to this guy, I'll show you again. Iron Axe, for example, will have full weapon triangle advantage over Lance. You can swap the game from casual to classic in the options, really. Oh yeah, Well, that's really cool. Speaking of this, I wonder... Oh, we get to change this. I like the gray one. I like that one quite a bit, actually. Also, the mini thingy, the whatever that's called, the icons for the characters. I actually like how that's implemented. It just shows attack and attack speed, and it doesn't over-clutter the menu. Or the screen with anything, really. You just see their HP, attack speed. I guess it shows their affinity, too, which is, I guess, in a way, irrelevant, but that's fine. We'll just attack from here, since Alm has the full ability to do so. That is very cool. That is a very cool way of doing it. I think I'm already sold on this game being the better version of Shadows of Valentia, personally. Maybe it's just that I'm partial to GBA in a very, very highly biased way. Let's see. So, does bow just have disadvantage when it's up close? I guess that makes the most sense. Let's see. Can we get the kill with anybody? Interesting. Probably not. I'm just going to go ahead and give it to Lucas then. We'll just use the regular lance so he doesn't face the weapon triangle penalty from the other guys. Already into this? Yep. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty good way of doing this. Like I've said before, I don't like Shadows of Valentia at all. I think it's a not very fun game, personally. That's just my... In my way of playing Fire Emblem, it's not a very fun game. But this seems to be a general improvement already. Because, like, if I'm remembering correctly... Your favorite GBA girl enthusiast? Yeah, that's me, that's for sure. SOV need a lot of work, for sure. But either way, I think that, for me personally, the thing that drove me away from Shadows of Valentia was the map design. And I don't know if that's a hot take or a cold take, I just didn't really like playing the game. And if you don't like playing a game, then you're not going to play the game. Like, that's pretty much just how that works. So I'm happy to see the rebalances in terms of map design. I'm happy to see the rebalances in terms of bringing back the weapon triangle. Supposedly supports actually having a bit of an impact, things like rescue and shove. These things are just strict positives to me. I also like not having to grind, supposedly. Because in Shadows of Valentia, while you didn't, like, have to grind necessarily, you were going to encounter the enemies, right? Like, you were going to. You ran into them in the shrines, and that was just how it was. I like having the option to grind whenever I feel like grinding, instead of having to essentially clear out a dungeon before I defeat the boss of said dungeon, you know what I mean? It's like a room temp take? Gotcha. What do you mean, grind heavy? Literally never grinded? Well, see, the grind, quote-unquote, is that you are put into the dungeons, and you have to play the dungeons in order to progress. It's not, like, a grind necessarily. It's just part of the gameplay that you have to come to terms with, and it's also, like, oddly optional. Like, it's not truly optional, because you're not going to be able to avoid everything. But it's not unoptional, right? Because, like, you can choose some of them. I don't know. Tobin is getting cringe level ups. I'm very much not okay with it. He needs to start doing better, because I really, really like Tobin. I really want to use Tobin and make him great. But he's not doing the good. He's doing the bad, actually. He's being the cringe Tobin. I'm just gonna let Alm and Lucas stand out front and do the beat up the bad guy strat. So you like this one. The map design was improved in this one. Maps are much tighter. No more infinite blank spaces. Gotcha. That's good. That's really good. Getting those bench warmer levels a little bit. No doubt about it. Let's see. If he ain't getting strength, might as well make him a mage. That's an interesting choice for him. I usually make Cliff the mage, but maybe Mage Tobin could be fun. Alright, I'll hit this guy with Cliff and then beat him up with Faye. Dungeons and low EXP gain didn't do it for you. Yeah. I don't actually remember the EXP gain. I have no recollection of how that was, so... Just think SOV is neat, and see, that's the base take. That's a great take. If you enjoy the game, that's all that you need. Doesn't really matter if it doesn't matter if internet Wolfgirl man likes or dislikes game if you just have fun with it. And it's fun to debate. Yeah, I agree. See, my thing with SOV, personally, was that I didn't enjoy the gameplay, and I don't really care about the story. So, it was hard to justify for myself going through and playing the game in order to get to the next part of the story when I didn't want to play the game, and I didn't want to read the next part of the story. So, if I can enjoy the gameplay, I can at least get through to the story part. And yeah, the art is really good. There's no question that the art, the music, you know, the stylization of the whole thing was wonderful, and in this game is wonderful too. No question about that. Hated the gameplay. Fair enough. I agree. Good old Lucas. As you can see, though, the Iron Axe is getting weapon triangle advantage over him, whereas he's not suffering weapon triangle advantage. It was all art for you, gotcha. Fair enough. And then as you can see here, it's full weapon triangle disadvantage for Lucas. But, you know, advantage here, and then if I were to use Alm, he's not getting advantage, but the guy's getting disadvantage, and then if I were to use, I think it was Gray? No, actually, we don't get an Iron Sword proper until later on. And it does appear that weapons have uses, so that's cool. I'm actually kind of down with that. That will probably mean that you don't get skills based off of mastery of weapons anymore, which is a positive, because I didn't really like that system very much, where you had to kind of just equip a weapon and then master it in order to get its skills. Like, it was not really a big deal, I guess, but just not something I was personally into. Are you going to be able to do 7 damage? Indeed you are. Awesome. There is weapon mastery. Gotcha. Fascinating. I guess we'll see how that plays out in the future. Don't think combat arts are in the game, but could easily be wrong. I don't really know. I guess we'll see. Oh, he did not take as much damage as I thought he was taking. Fascinating. I guess this kill is going to go to whoever he feels like enemy facing, question mark. 13 and 4 defense, so that's 9 damage. He will die. I guess Lucas is going to get a level up then. Unless, I mean, Tobin's already at level up rank, so yeah, it's just going to be Lucas. A full quick maths moment. That is me. I'm the math man. That's what they call me. Sorry, boss. Rest in peace. No combat arts. Gotcha. Let's see. Because your internet's so bad now, well, I didn't see a previous message, so I'm going to take your word for the internet going burr for a moment. Well, I suppose that's our good deed for the day. Indeed it is. Another thing about Shadows of Valentia that I did not like is Alm. I don't like Alm. I also don't like Celica or Clive, so the game, or the story carriers are not characters that I enjoy. That made it kinda crazy, a little bit goofy. Oh, you hit your data cap. Rip. The shrine is in such poor condition. Good old Silk. Love Silk. I am skipping the story, as I mentioned earlier, but please feel free to go through and read the story for yourself. I'll probably go back and read it on my own sometime, but since this one has a pretty well-covered story in the sense that most people have either played or heard the story of Shadows of Valentia, I can skip it without much repercussion in terms of, you know, stream and all this stuff. Thoughts on Berkut? I actually kinda like Berkut a little bit. He's not, like, stellar. Like, he's not a character that I love or adore or anything, but I like him more than I like the protagonists, so there's that. Yep, Silk, best girl. You right. You right. She is best girl. She's my favorite girl, actually. She's the only one who gets respect. And that's how that's gonna be. And here's Brigand Boss. This guy is in Fae now. You guys did it. You put him in Fae. That's what you did. I didn't do that. I had no thoughts around that. But you guys, you got him in Fae. Berkut was always May. Never thought, never thought him and Renea were cute. Fair enough. I actually like Renea quite a bit. But it's purely because I think that she, by herself, is cute. I don't really care for her relationship. One of your favorite FE villains? Fair enough. I think that Berkut has a lot of positives to him. He isn't someone that I'm going to, like, really lose it over or anything, but I like him enough that he's not, like, a negative. He doesn't drag down anything for me. Resplendent Brigand Boss when? That's a good question. In terms of moving the units around, I'm just not gonna mess with that right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit start, play the game, do the thing and the gameplay and the whatnot. Alm, do you see that chest? If we had a lockpick, perhaps we could open it. Although you'd best get to it before any treasure hunters do. I'll try, Lucas. Sir Myson showed me how to break open locks with my sword. Okay, cool. The Mother's Blessing can aid those who have worked hard to hone their skills. I'm sure something good will happen if such a person prayed beside the statue of her. Okay, very cool. Oh, Divine Milla has also blessed the water that flows from the sacred fountains. That was so many months ago. That holy water is a finite resource. I like this implementation of all the things and stuff. This is actually really good. I like how this is done in a big way. The gameplay, story integration, and all of the things of that nature are wonderful, actually. Because we don't have to fight all of the enemies that lead up to the Brigand boss fight. We just go up and fight all of them at once. This is great. This... pristine. I mean, this is everything that I would have wanted from the original, to be quite honest. One map at a time. Presumably that means that the experience gain is going to be somewhat similar... Okay, we can just open the door. Cool. Presumably it's just going to work, you know what I mean? Like, the experience gain is going to be balanced around you not having all of the encounters and whatnot. Gonna put these guys on the pillar. I mean, pretty much just play the game as the game seems like it's intended to be played. And then we'll have you soak 2 of them with the healer lady behind you. And then, I guess I should have promoted Gray. Let's see. Kill them all except for the recruitable character. Nice. Never found a good villain, you guess. Don't mean to be basic, but Mage Cliff. I agree. I like Mage Cliff a lot, actually. That's my favorite way of using him, personally. Gonna put Tobin here, let him body up on that guy. We'll just kind of chill a little bit here. I wonder... Yeah, I can actually bait this guy with Silk. Nosferatu is 1 to 2 range. Okay, looks good to me. And then Lucas can back her up. Knight, Tobin, or Cav. Ooh, Cav! I forgot that you could do that in this game. Always had Excalibur by the Desay map. Nice. Very good. I would like a good mage. I don't know who it's going to be, though. Defense skill, interesting. She is now eligible to promote. Cutie Pie is so basic she can neutralize the sulfuric acid. That's funny. Now, I like the class choices. I mean, so my original run of this game was Cleric Silk, and then I swapped Tobin and Gray from their defaults. I had, what was it? The Archer was Gray, and then the Mercenary was Tobin, because I just didn't understand the cues at the beginning of the game. He can neutralize sulfuric acid, for sure. What's the boss man thinking, huh? I signed up for snatching treasure, not making a hostage out of some innocent priestess. Be a good opportunity to raid the treasury while they're distracted, but can't just walk away from a face like that. Guess I gotta actually do some good with my life now, huh? Fair enough. That is indeed a, recruitable character moment. I hope. Like she is. Acantha, yeah, no, for sure. I also really like her portrait. She's really good. Potato tomato. I kinda... That's pretty funny. Caesar's like the gender-neutral king, I suppose, or ruler? Whatever the case is. We respect pronouns around here. As long as we're up-to-date on them and stuff. Lamau. Regent, there you go. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, Alm, open up the treasure chest, get your iron sword. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna play around over here. Missing pronouns cancelled. Acantha is not a character in SOV. She is custom to this game, essentially so that you have someone who can open chests other than just Alm. If Acantha was in SOV, I would have liked it more. That's all it would have taken. Reminded of Gaius. We'll fight and get killed by Crom if you ignore him. That's pretty funny. I actually forgot about that entirely. Okay, so I'm gonna need to beat up on this guy a little bit. Luckily, Lucas can one-round him, presumably. Caesar's about to get Caesared if he keeps this up. We're all gonna surround him. Recruiter, I most assuredly will. I'll get her as soon as I possibly can. I hope she's not gonna try to beat up on my units any. Skill luck, and hopefully he gets his promotion thingy soon. Let's see, I might just go ahead and promote her. Just go ahead and get that over with. Brave soldier, you have earned the right to greater power. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Archer, mage. Wow, that's a cool mage animation. Pegasus Knight, and Cleric. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I know that that Cleric Silk is like the common play. Let's see, don't forget the fountains. Yeah, I'll grab those. Put so much effort into that. Let me read what you said. Regent, or I don't know. Maybe the internet went down again. Pegasus, I see 2 Pegasus votes. Faye cannot be an archer in Guide or SOV. Yeah, she definitely can't. Flying Horse, that's 3 for Pegasus. Presumably 2 for Archer Faye. Should I put this one up in poll? Because I think that this one's going to be probably the most... let's see. I'm going to put, like, Faye. I'll put this one up in poll, and we'll do Pegasus or Archer. So I think those are the 2 I'm most interested in, personally. We can skip on Cleric, since we've all seen her as Cleric before. We'll do those 2, and I'll let you guys vote on that for a moment. Gotta go fast. Gotta do the speed while I obtain the hydration. Cafe is novel, but Pegasi, yeah. It's kind of hard to pass up Pegasus in a way. No, this is looking like Burger King Charlotte again, is it? I'm down with Pegasus Knight. I like Faye as a Pegasus Knight. I also like Claire, so we're gonna have 2 Pegasus Knights if this is the case. Looking like out of 10 votes. Hey, thank you guys for 10 votes, by the way. That's crazy. Pegasus to Archer is, yeah, a fair win for Pegasus. So out of 10 votes, we'll just go ahead and end the poll there. And we'll go with Pegasus Knight. Thank you guys. 11 votes, actually. Wow, 11. Love it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's get the shame going, though. How's it going to be on the like to dislike ratio? 11 viewers, 11 likes. You guys are doing a great job. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Caesar, your job has been... like, not even required because everyone's being giga-chads today. Thank you, guys. Zebra. Yeah, she's a zebra. Alrighty, I'm gonna keep her out of the archer's range. I don't remember if the default bow is strong against Pegasi. I know that bows are in general, but I don't recall if the basic one is, because I know that basic weapons have odd properties. We'll go ahead and get this one in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and promote Gray, too. I'll kind of just base this one... well, since you guys are all present for this stuff and things, we can vote on this one, too. That's a cool mage animation, too. I'll put the 2 that I see immediately the most of up and stuff. Pegasus color does look a little weird, but Merc, it just works. Merc does work really well for Gray. But what you guys want to see, that's 2 for Merc, 1 for Mage. Soldier, Cav, I'm seeing them all. That's crazy. It's funny. Mage Gray is pretty funny. I got to admit, that one's pretty funny. Here, let's put this up in chat then. Archer, why not? Okay, let's start this poll then. We'll do Gray. I spelled that very wrong. So option 1 will be Mage, and then we'll do Archer, and then Mercenary, and then I'll add Cav too. Why not? Just... oh, you can't add them all, so which one are we missing out on between Mage? We'll miss out on Soldier. There we go. You guys can have fun on that one for a moment. We'll see how that one goes. Caesar, I'll Caesar you, Roche. Don't give me a reason. That's pretty funny. Alrighty, so what's it gonna be? I'm seeing Mage at the top of it so far. That's pretty funny. Mage Gray would be quite the decision. That's 9. Mercenary and Mage are both tied. Okay, what's it gonna be? I know that there's 2 more possible votes out there, so... we'll see. There's 1 more for Mercenary. Give it maybe another minute or 2. Looking like it's gonna be Mercenary. Tied, come on, Magic guys. If it comes down to a tie, I'll coin flip it. You guys got 1 more vote roaming around out there, if that wonderful viewer would like to do so. Also, 16 likes? That just jumped up all of a sudden. Thank you guys. Appreciate that in a great way. Well, it looks like it's going to end up being Mercenary, though. So we'll go with Mercenary on our boy. That'll be him. The boy himself, Gray. I'll go ahead and end poll. Here we go. Rest in peace, Mage Gray gang. That is hilarious. He's got that big boy speed now. He's very, very good. He's going to be very strong in all ways. Will not falter. There we go. It appears that Cutie Pie is on point with the... oh, he can do the thing too. Well, You guys have another choice. Brave soldier, you've earned the right. I will not falter. Let's see, for this one. I'm actually kind of partial to a little bit of cavalier magic with our boy here. Tobin Mage? Y'all can have Tobin. I'll put up a poll for Tobin as well, but this time I'm choosing the thingies. I'm gonna leave that. I accidentally typed Toby, and that's how it's gonna be. Toby. We're gonna do Mage, or Cav, or Archer. And that will be his choices, because I kind of like me an Archer. And there you go, you can vote on that one. We'll give that one just a couple of moments as well. Needs the magic to target res, do decent damage because he ain't getting strength. That is not a bad way of looking at it for sure. Misread Cav's car. We'll make him into a car. He'll be the fastest boy you've ever seen. Mounted Knights with swift movement. I gotta say, having a Cav wouldn't be half bad because I'm not going to be using Clive. I just don't like Clive. Tobin's best skill is skill, which mages don't even really need. That's true. Because magic doesn't have any bearing on, what was it, like the terrain bonuses or whatever. But either way, it looks like Cav is winning out pretty handily, so we'll go ahead and hit up Cav. I'm pretty partial to that one myself, so I like to see it. Let's see here. Go ahead and end this one. Need a mage, and Mage Cliff is so done. Well, okay, I'm going to end it all. Wait. Wait. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. I'm here. No. Well, look. That he's got the purple hair. He's the purple hair Cav. That makes it's not really purple, but it's close enough. He's basically Roche. Look, I'm just saying. He's basically Roche, and that's all that you need, right? That's all that you need. We could do. Oh, you're saying I'm here. Yeah, for sure. Well, we can do a solid, funny thing with Cliff, and that's all that we need. Yo. There we go. We got Roche on board. That's all that we needed. Okay, so in terms of this, it's going very poorly. We're actually probably going to lose the character this turn because she's in range of an archer either way. But I can put Alm down here. He can beat up on these guys for sure. Alm has no issues whatsoever. I don't really have any issues with the early game being this easy because I'm bad at this game. A lot of Shadows of Valentia doesn't just flow naturally to me. Sheesh, what a level up. The gameplay of it is very fascinating in a lot of ways. I guess I could put it like that. Yeah, she takes a lot of damage actually. That's kind of an ouchie. That hurts just a little bit. Oof, ouch, my bones and skin and things of this nature. Ooh, sheesh, ouchie. Let's see here. So, your damage output is more, but it's fine as long as I don't attack. So we'll stay right here with you. We'll see what happens. Axe use is doing chip damage to weak units is so funny. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's very weird to see someone get whacked with an axe. Okay, maybe he doesn't want to be a mage. Maybe he wants to be better than that, because that was an attack speed defense level up. That was kind of crazy. I would like some magic output, but sheesh, good lord, that was a very offensive level up. Maybe he wants to be an archer. Maybe he does. Mage shoveling is amazing, that's true. Defense mage, you're right. Defense mage is like the best thing in all of Fire Emblem. It's insane, actually. Defense mage is huge. Defense mage is like the most broken thing you can be. Is that what we're gonna do with Cliff? I mean, the mage animation looks really good, too. I might just executive decision this one and mage him, because, like, otherwise I would just make him a soldier, and that's just comedy gold. But mage is actually good. Excalibur? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of votes for mage, and I really want mage, so we're gonna go for it. Being very combative today and only like half your messages are sending, that's a shame. Either way, I see a bunch of mage votes, so we're just gonna go for it. Double Excalibur. Indeed. We've basically gone for the standard roster in terms of the promotions, but I'm down with this. Well, actually, Tobin is a Cav, and that's not typical, but either way. We get that Excalibur. Soon TM. Sagittae and heal. Ah, An aura. I love that you can see the spells immediately, like what you're gonna get and stuff. That'd be great for if you were, you know, just going to see what everyone gets immediately, whether you want them to be a mage or not and stuff. We always got Atlas, that's true. Mage Atlas. I like the way you're thinking. Mage Atlas, I'm pretty sure those are not the words you said, but those are words that I think. That sounds pretty funny. That sounds pretty funny to me. You know what? A Mage Atlas? That's comedy gold in and of itself. Let's go ahead and get the thief. Wait, you're the one who opened my cell door. Very nice. And then she can presumably also attack. We'll just go ahead and attack this guy. Took the words right out of your mouth. I took the words right out of my mouth. That's 100%. I said the thing that I was going to say. Alright, we need to kill this guy before he steals my iron sword and also loses me the lockpick. So I'm gonna have, actually, let's check this to see. Okay, we don't take effective damage from the bow, as long as it's not an iron bow, presumably. That's good. We'll throw hands once, at once, your 10% speed growth won't show. That's funny. It's fine. Chat has many hands with which to be thrown, so it'll work out, one way or another. Alrighty, Gray. It looks like you're being pretty good. Actually, let's see. Do you get more movement? You're still 4 movement, 7 movement, and then 7 movement, 5, 4. Okay. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Acantha's going to be really good with her high speed and high speed growth. She's just going to be good in general, because 35 attack is going to go a long way. At least relative to everyone else. I'm kind of down with that. I like Acantha a lot. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. Mischievous thief who appreciates good wine and pretty faces. Those are things that I like too. Do I have wine? I think I have wine right here. Look at that. I like wine and pretty faces. I think I'm gonna like Acantha. I think she's gonna be a character that I quite enjoy. You know what? This is good. This is a good addition. I like Acantha. Cliff is low. Protect Cliff. I will protect him at all costs, just like a child of some kind, like a young mouse that's found its way to a mousetrap or something of that nature. That's not water. This is water. I like water. That's for sure. I like water, but look, a good wine. This is actually a very bad wine. I don't like this wine very much. It's basically the Dasani of wine. But I have it. Pog face, so you can screenshot it in 144p. I'm not very good at the faces. I'm not very good at doing that. But maybe one of these days we'll get a pog face out of me. Maybe it's a sub goal. Maybe once we hit 1,000, I'll do a pog face, and everyone will laugh, and then it'll be great. And then everything will be great in the world. No flaws whatsoever. If I just steal his lockpick, do I just... Is that the end of it? I don't have to think of it? Oh. I like Faye. Faye's really good. Dasani wine, basically. It's pretty bad. That's actually why I haven't finished it. It's pretty bad. Or water-flavored wine? Possibly. You know what? Maybe that's the meta. Alrighty, so if that's going to be the case, I'm going to see about killing this guy. So that our boy, our little young whippersnapper over here, the greatly endangered Cliff, doesn't die. Okay, we're safe from archers. As long as I kill that guy, he's good. I don't want Tobin to take a great deal of damage, but he'll be fine. He's not going to take enough damage from all of these guys to die. Dasani flavored Pop-Tarts. I don't think that that's something that we need. I think maybe you could convince me with some clever photoshopping of a Pop-Tart that's flavored like Dasani water. But I'm pretty sure I'm good on that one. I think I'll pass. I think we're good. Oh wow, Lucas is just rolling through this guy. No issues. Oh yeah, also, that's another thing. Damage is like, its minimum thing in this game is 1, which is something that I actually do enjoy. I think that the minimum damage being 1 is actually a good mechanic, because if you just tank everything, wow, she's not going to tank anything. If you just take 1 damage from everything, you're not going to permanently tank everything, essentially. So your strongest units aren't flawless, essentially, and I like that. That's good. It's good game design, as they say in the business. I'm gonna put Alm right here, just so that we don't die or anything. And then I'm just gonna vibe, I guess. I mean, Silk's probably gonna die now. She's probably in quite a bit of danger, but I guess I could maybe crit this guy. That'd be kind of funny. Still gotta get that nun flavor. I wonder what that would be like. It'd probably be a nice, like, blueberry or something. Like a natural kind of berry thing that you could get in nature, you know? Pokemon does it? What does Pokemon do? Pokemon better not be doing any Pop-Tarts that are Dasani flavored. I don't want any of that. I'll stop playing Pokemon. I will. I'm Betty. I'll stop playing Pokemon. That would be the end of my experience with that series. Oh, the HP, 1 HP damage minimum? Gotcha. I never thought about that, actually. Fascinating. That makes sense. I just never considered that. Acantha. Acantha, though. Looking good. Looking excellent. Now Lucas flavored Pop-Tart's gonna make you act up. Oh, gotcha. Well, didn't Greg Chun, Lucas's voice actor, read like a cheesecake recipe or something that sent the Fire Emblem community into a little frenzy there? I recall something of that nature, and I thought that was pretty cool. They're all attacking Acantha. These guys are dumb. Cool. I like it when the enemy's stupid, because that gives me a great deal of leeway to be stupid. It's pretty good. A voice like butter? Absolutely. With a great deal of vocal training, we could all one day become our own versions of Greg Chun. We could all read cheesecake to our heart's content. Wow, the archers don't like nuns. That's one thing that they don't like. Did the same mistake you made, if kill... Let's see. If kill now the thief, you carry his sword forever. Wait, really? Huh. Wait. Either way, like, if that happens, that's pretty funny. But hopefully they fix that. I don't really know. Then you would finally hold the truth in your grasp. I'm sure that I would. Let's go ahead and grab this iron sword. We can presumably trade that one over to somebody else. Come back to the fountains for the stat boost if you don't get it now. Oh, I actually did forget about that. I should probably check those out and see what we get. Water of Speed, or... Oh, that just ends your turn. That's kind of funny. That's kind of bad, actually. That's less than ideal, actually. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was gonna happen. That's a little bit unlucky, actually. Shoot. Daggum, arguably. Best Lucas line. Happened to me and you can't discard it. Ooh. Well... It doesn't appear to be glowing green, but hopefully that does not occur. Well, if the thief lives, I guess that's fine. Zarn, get end turned, yeah. Don't think you like the fountains that cost your turn. I agree. I agree with that take. Pretty true. Okay, as long as I can kill the archer, I'm good. Because that's the only one that's really getting in my way. I can block otherwise and keep Stilk out of danger. Hopefully. There we go, good old Faye. These guys are on pillars, so they're a little bit difficult for me. But hopefully it'll be fine. Maybe Tobin gets a little bit of a kill here, and if not, then cool. Somehow happened, yours is not glowing, maybe an older version, possibly. Pegasus Faye, the archer killer, yes indeed, you'll love it. Alrighty, and then I would really love for the Nosferatu to hit, but I think that my best bet is to just go ahead and Vulnerary up. Because I can wall off the archer otherwise. Vulnerary up and we'll see what happens. Only bows have... Yeah, only named bows, yep. You got your Bagon, very nice. Good to hear it. Let's see, you can't reach anybody, so I'm just gonna sort of surround this archer and beat him up. I hate archers. If I saw an archer in real life, this is exactly what I would do to him. This is the one way in which Alma's based. If I saw an archer, I would just... I'd be so mad. I wouldn't be able to stand it. I'd have to go up to him at that moment in time and just do this to him. That's just what you get for being an archer in this society. I would just have to have a lance on hand to deal with that situation. And now hopefully everyone's fine. I know that the Brigand boss is going to walk up on us. He's going to pull up in his Maserati. We're going to be in danger, but it's going to be fine. I do think the archers having crazy range is definitely your preferred archer method. Interesting. That is not a take I agree with, but one that I respect. Ooh, he was in more danger than I thought he was. Not a take that I agree with, but one that I respect, because it's definitely an interesting way of doing archers. I can't really deny that it makes them dynamic and interesting, but make them unchecked kings of ranged attacks. See, I actually don't think the GBA archers are that bad. I know that's a pretty hot take, but I think that they're actually pretty cool. in having just, you know, the 2-range exclusivity. I do like longbows, though. Like, I will always say that Lonely Mirror did it the best, because I think that's just the truth. It's pretty insane to just simply be able to 2-3 range as an unmounted archer. Pretty much at will, with a, you know, pretty good strength and whatnot. Nameem, I really like Nameem. I think she's great. Never found them bad, but they need more to make them feel special. Fair enough. Yeah, that's something that I can agree with. It was hard to make archers really into anything, mostly because of who they were and not because of the class that they were. Really, the only good archers, like the only default good archers in GBA are like Innis, and you pretty much take your pick of Igreen and Klein. Igreen's a little bit better, but Klein comes a little bit earlier, so just like take your pick and bring an archer with you. You know, Silverbow for all the wyverns in that game. Do like making them a little different from mages, aka the superior archers. Yeah. I can see the argument for that, for sure. Let's see here. 4 times 2. Does this weigh me down? It does indeed, by 3 points. Ooh, Speed Boy is not so much a speed boy. He was a skater boy, and he said, see you later, boy. I'm gonna go ahead and put Gray over here and let him soak these guys. Hopefully, he cannot do that. Gray is bad. That's not actually how that works at all. Thought Wrath was, decent. Yeah, my thing with FE7 is just that bows are 2 times effectiveness. Specifically in the English release. Basically, I just think FE7 kinda cringe. But, you know, that's just my hot take. I'm gonna beat up on this archer. I don't think that the Brigand boss is gonna do anything to me. He's doing 4 more damage than these guys. Alm is kind of just Alm, and therefore he does not really care about things. And I guess I could have Lucas go down there or something. I really want to know what's in this fountain, but I don't want to get punished for it. So I'm going to go ahead and heal up Tobin. Realizing your memory is hazy with FE? No, it's fine. Like, Wrath is still good. Wrath still has a lot of utility. Just in the virtue of being mounted as he is, with the 25 con, or the 25 mounted aid, and then the low con from being an archer. He's cool. I think Wrath is kind of solid, but, you know. I just wish that FE7 had 3 times effectiveness as a default, instead of having to have it patched in through, like, a super convoluted method. Like, it's not even a typical patch you can do. Water of HP. I'll probably see about coming back for these. I'd kind of like to just give them all to Silk. I think a really fast and strong Silk would be cool. Next fountains are attack and defense, gotcha. Well, let's go ahead and lure the Brigand boss up. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can beat on him some. Who do you think you are? Saving 1 wench won't make the world any less of a pit than it already is, or something like that. 3x effectiveness. Yeah, 3x effectiveness is just good. Strict positive. There's no argument against it that I've ever seen. And if anyone ever said 2 times effectiveness was good, I'd come to their home and show them what 2 times effectiveness is in terms of this hand and this hand doing 2 times effectiveness to their throats. That's exactly what would occur. Fast Cliff for Debling versus Chilk. Oh, Chunk Silk. That's a good way of putting it. Bows are inherently not very good in FE7 due to being an enemy phase game. I have seen that take. That's for sure. I don't think that I necessarily agree with enemy phase-centric games being bad for bows. Like, there's certainly a big positive to being able to combat on enemy phase, which is why I somewhat sympathize with the argument for mages being better archers. But I think that if you want good bows, you kind of need to make bows useful, if that makes sense. Like, it seems like an obvious thing to say, but what I mean is you need to have, like, a sort of abundance of flyers that actually do meaningful threats to the player. This is why I think FE6 and FE8 are good in this way, because you have a bunch of gargoyles and things of this nature. I do wish FE8 had effectiveness, like bow effectiveness, applied to Moguls. That's the only really, like, big-ish complaint that I have in that way. Please hit this, by the way. Dang, that's rough. High-res archer can do wonders against mages. That's true. I think just having an archer in general is good. I think that having a unit that has, like, dedicated 2 range for chip damage has more value than its given credit for. But I also am biased in a lot of ways, because I really like Naomi. I think that Naomi is actually really good. She's not, like, broken, and she's not, like, top tier or anything, but I think she's really good. Rebecca in Hector mode would be great if she had 3 times. She'd be better than Urk. See, Hector mode kind of does that too, like the good thing that I was talking about with having availability or having a lot of threatening flyers. Hector mode was big on the Pegasus Knights, especially around the Dread Isle and things of that nature. I think that's why Niles was seen as such an amazing unit in Conquest. Yeah, he had really good res. That's for sure. I'm also leaving these guys, like, super dead because I've been not paying attention at all. So maybe I need to kill the boss this turn. Or I could just shove Gray, actually. I could move him. Yeah, if I just shove Gray a tile. Alm is kind of in danger, so what I'm going to have to do is shove... Well, this is kind of rough. Well then. Maybe I'll shove him this way. And then... hopefully that'll work out. Because I can put him here, and then I'll put Lucas here. And then everything should just kind of work itself, work out in a way, or something in words, and that's the way that the emblem fires, that's for sure. Hector is the same, but more so because he has better stats, less late game utility. See, Giga Chatathanta, or Acantha, she's really good. She's actually my favorite character. A treatise about FE7 lore design, interesting. I think FE7 is a very fascinating case. I don't like FE7 at all, actually. Despite it being GBA, I think it's one of my least favorite Fire Emblem games, but I think that it has a lot of interesting balance points that can be analyzed in a very proper way. Do you like the gameplay design of Hector and Elliewood, having coin flip growths and mediocre offensive capabilities? If Willow doesn't like Fire Emblem, hot take. Well, maybe. When I think about that question of whether or not I like Fire Emblem, it's one of those that kind of comes back to, like, maybe I actually don't. I like Fire Emblem a lot in concept. I like the ROM hacking scene, and I like all of the stuff that's come of the wonderful community. But when it comes right down to it, I think a lot of the games have very iffy mechanics. There are a lot of mechanics in Fire Emblem that I really adore, like, on an individual basis, but when it comes, like, full circle and everything comes into play all at once, that's when things get a lot iffier. It doesn't take a lot to make a game, like, less than fun. And if a game isn't fun for you to play, then you're not gonna enjoy it. Like, that's a super basic thing to say. But, like, it's very direct, you know what I mean? If you're not having fun, why would you play the game? And all it takes is a couple of small things to make that unfun a reality. And I think that all games, most games, there are, like, a couple of exceptions. Like, really when it comes right down to it, my only gripes with FE9 is that I don't like 2 times effectiveness, and I also kind of don't really care about Ike. Now, that's a hot take. That one's probably gonna get me burned at the stake, but that's just how that is. That's really my only gripes with that game. Like, I think that the characters in that game are pretty cool, with a couple of exceptions. Like, I think that a couple of characters are super, super overrated. Like, FE9 is kind of where you start feeling them fall into the one-note sort of tropiness, with some characters. Oh, nice crit. I'm not sure where I was going with that. I got wrapped up in, like, 30 different thoughts there, but I don't know. Fire Emblem good, except when bad, and that's the hot take, and that's where the opinion is. Let's see here. I'm just gonna move him up here. I don't want to interact with the Brigand boss no more. I think he's a little bit scary. I don't think there's a single mainline game you like as much as a lot of ROM hacks. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. Man, just I did target every Ileana fan out there, actually. And see, my thing about Ileana is that I like her, because I think she's extremely stupid. That's my hot take on her. I think she's really funny, in, like, the worst way that you could be funny, but it's funny, and that's what matters. That's what makes the emblem do the fire. Alrighty, hopefully my hope here is that this guy attacks Lucas, and then this guy attacks Acantha, and then all of this stuff. And there's no death and the dying of the unit that I want to live, named Lucas. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, because Fire Emblem. I haven't been paying attention to this map. I think that this map's really cool. I think that it has a lot of positives to it. Lucas is going to be just fine. This map by itself pretty much indicates that this game is going to be a better experience than Shadows of Valentia was for me personally. That's my take on this map. It doesn't really get much more distilled than that. The only problems that I have are essentially, like KJ said, with the stat fountains eating up your turn, but apparently you can come back for them, so hopefully that's cool. Do not dislike a single Fire Emblem game, you'll play all of them. Yeah, fair enough. Well, see, that's the thing too. Every Fire Emblem game has something that's valuable. Every single Fire Emblem game has something that's there that makes it better than, like, not playing Fire Emblem or playing other games in other series. Like, there's a reason that I stick with this series, even if I dislike a great deal of many of the mechanics. Some ROM hacks are not up to your standard. Fair enough. Fair enough, honestly. I think that's a very valid and understandable take. I think that when it comes to ROM hack critiquing, it's important to do so fairly, but it's also extremely fine to just not like something. Like, you shouldn't necessarily feel as though you have to like a game just because, like, a non-company person put a great deal of time into it. I just think it's a very awkward thing to sort of get through that, because it's hard to say, like, oh, I don't like a thing, when it's something that you're, like, actually affecting someone in your community with. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that makes sense. You don't want to step on anybody's toes or anything. You don't want to just be like, oh, I actually hate the thing that you made. But you don't have to like it. That's perfectly valid. That's me when it comes to one game. I'm going to leave it at that, though. I think you guys know if you know, and if you don't, that's fine. KJ knows. Core Vampy knows. For those of you who know what that means know. But that's as far as I'll go. Rhyme on a dime. Tap battles. Yeah, tap battles were certainly a thing that they stopped doing after a while. Let's see if we can get those thingies. Let's see, this is gonna essentially be our grinding. Yeah, you can grind if you want to. I wish that I didn't have to grind to go back and get these, but that's fine. To that end, maybe I'll just retreat. I hope that this has a retreat function, like default, yeah. It is one of the games of all time. One of the games ever, I would say. Ever since the dawn of time, it's one of those games where there was gameplay involved and some amount of playing of the game, you know? Ram Valley. That's the game. Maybe. Now this is a pretty famous map. Look up there. It's the guy. The one with the shield. Not really a fan of grinding being present in FE. I am a huge fan of grinding being present in FE. I think it should be in every game. That's my take on it, and I can elaborate on that. Let me just look over this map before I do that, though, because I want to make sure I don't miss out on anything. If I'm not mistaken, this game is essentially the same as it was before. Yeah, you can move on peaks in this game, so that's good. I would say that Tobin's probably going to be limited in that way. Maybe I could just send Faye up there. I could rescue someone with Faye and bring them. I could bring Lucas up there. You can see arguments for and against grinding. I think it should be there, I just think it should be wholly optional. I think that every player needs to, like, have something that makes them feel as though they're in control of the gameplay. And if that means grinding, then so be it. Like, not necessarily in control of the gameplay, if you know what I mean. Like, just having the option to grind, it makes the game a lot more available to a lot more people. I don't think it should be mandatory like this game. Like, this game, Shadows of Valentia makes it mandatory. I think that grinding, like, in terms of, like, the Tower of Balny, that's the best version of it that I've ever seen. Or possibly even, like, Awakening, where you can revisit maps that have Risen on them and stuff. Mostly anti-grind only because we wind up with stuff like Apotheosis. See, Apotheosis and Lagdo, I think that those two are very separate, because I think that Lagdo, you don't actually have to grind at all. You can just bring your endgame team, and it's going to be very difficult. Let's see. Have the lowest standards Final Fantasy Tactics games you can't, just like Sun God's Wrath you couldn't. That's fair enough. Let me go ahead and bring Lucas up here. My Lancy boys can go beat up on this guy from the two forest tiles, or whatever. And then the rest of my units will go this way. But regardless, I think the grind should be available, but not forced or integrated into your balance. Like, maybe I could see an argument for a hard mode balance that has about like 1 level or 2 levels of grind as a like a quote-unquote preset. Not preset, that's not the right word for it. Like a balance point, but only to the extent that it's there so that if you grind, it's going to be like playing normal mode with grind, or it's going to be hard mode, if that makes any sense at all. Because they had to compensate for how more than likely you won't have perfectly statted units. Probably, yeah. That's true. Let's see, he can't be on the mountain tile, but Grace sure can, so he's gonna do that. Think the player shouldn't be in control ever, think the player should always be afraid of losing too many units and end up too weak to complete the next map. Interesting. I think that's an interesting way of designing. My biggest thing, pretty good level up there, my biggest thing when it comes to Fire Emblem is that I don't really think I've, as of yet, found an impossible, like, genuinely impossible Fire Emblem challenge, if that makes sense. Like, obviously there are going to be some things, like if you get super niche and super obscure, like, you know, I'm going to beat up the entire game with this one horrible unit or whatever. I think Fire Emblem should be fun, basically. That's pretty much it. That's why I think the grinding should be available, because some people are going to like the grind, some people aren't going to like the grind, and as long as it's an option, you can have that option wholly for yourself. You can decide what's fun and what's not fun. It's VHS, you disagree. Fair enough. Oh boy. It should be miserable. That's hilarious. You should try Eligor's Spear then. We don't use the word fun. I actually want to try Eligor's Spear. I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it, and it looks very fascinating to me. Because it doesn't seem like it's meant to be a gameplay experience that makes you happy. Just like when the player's barely ahead of the curve, and you're always close to losing a unit. See, that's kind of why I like Shadow Dragon, because Shadow Dragon, you can be very much behind the curve and still come out just fine if you're smart with your gameplay. Like, for example, the whole, what's it called? The hard 5. Yo, skill speed. You understand? See? Shadow Dragon is a great game. It's KJ, what's up? How's it going, y'all? Okay, so I'm gonna leave old, what's his name? Old big boy. The one, the boots with the fur. The whole club's looking at her. JVR, that's hilarious. Also, I think Acantha's gonna die. I'm pretty sure she's gonna die, because she's gonna get hit with another axe, and then she's gonna get shot, and then I'm gonna have no thief, because I didn't pay attention. He started, look, it's fine. I haven't seen VHS in a long time. Oh, she's fine. She's gonna stay out of range of everything. Nothing personnel, kid. Yep. They. Yeah, true. Oh, boy. Yo, Lucas. He's getting doubled. I'm not surprised. It's a Fire Emblem experience for you. It's a mercenary in this chapter and this game. He's gonna be doubling. He's gonna be hitting you. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to seeing what's in that village. though. They shot first. Don't take your mod. No, you're fine. You're fine. I thought that was hilarious. I thought both of those comments were hilarious. I haven't seen the 5con meme in a very long time. I'm glad that I haven't seen it in a long time, but every once in a while, the past, it'll come back to bite. That's for sure. Alrighty. I bet we can beat this guy up in, like, no time at all. I'm just gonna leave that job to Lucas, though. I'm gonna let him go right here, and then I'm gonna let him move on to the mountain tile soon enough. We'll just let him do this. Oh, also, speaking on the whole, well, I'll save that for later, actually. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Maybe there's a thing that's on the horizon, that's all I'm saying. Let's see. Yeah, this profile, the JBR's profile picture is AI art, that's true. Shh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying. There are things on the horizon. Ah, you visited the Miller's Shrine to chase out the bandits. How lovely. You're making us believers feel much safer. Take this amulet and may the mother protect you. Talisman, nice. What is it? Shh, don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. There's just a thing coming up. We were talking about Ileana earlier. That's the extent of it. We were talking about Ileana. That should cue you in. DM you. It's fine. It's not. It's fine. I'm just saying there might be a thing that's gonna happen that's gonna involve Ileana, and that's it. That's the thing. Also, it looks like mages have swap. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Been using yourself? Yeah, the AI art generator is cool. Want to know, but not tell chat. So you have an inflated ego. I'm glad that you're extremely honest about that. That is, I feel that in a big way. Made the Roche clip art. Oh, from your comp graphics class. Nice. Oh boy, I haven't really been talking on the game too much, but I do want to say I'm feeling better about the game than I have felt about SOV, and that is saying something because I hated the early game of SOV. I really didn't like the early game of SOV. So it's good that, never mind, I hate it. Bad game. Horrible game. Oof. I can't believe that they made this game. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. This map in particular in SOV made you not want to play it. Yeah, this one was pretty rough. The animations, yeah. The animations are great. You gotta revisit this one actually, JBR, because they have up to part 5 completed, as far as I recall. 99% completion is what the thing is right now. Alrighty, well, you better do the win, Acantha. The start of battle animations are so hot and moist. Delicious. Deliciously moist. Just like water. Don't compliment the game, it does this to you. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I think you played up to Act 4? Yeah. Sounds about right to me. Effie doesn't want to be liked. Effie wants to be liked. It's just tsundere about it, and that's all. Alrighty, Tobin. Beat up the bearded man. Usually the bearded man will do the beating up in Fire Emblem, but in this one they die. That's pretty much just how that is, isn't it? Is there even a bearded man that we don't see the demise of in this game? I don't recall. Alright, Tobin, stand here for me. Be pretty. Actually, that was great. I ever played the Kaga Saga games? I have not. I've never played Vesteria. Vesteria? No, that's a Tales of game, isn't it? Isn't it? Is it Vesteria? Either way, I haven't played the Kaga games. I don't know that I intend to. At least not for a while. I'm actually just not a real fan of that. Alrighty. Alrighty, we good. Let's see here. Wait, did I... Okay, we're good. All good. Kaga. Don't like. Bad guy. Bad guy. I can't believe he made Fire Emblem. Imagine. If I was Kaga, I just simply wouldn't have made Fire Emblem. Yep. That's my take. No, it's actually not at all. I like Fire Emblem. It's good. Except when it's not. Like, whenever Cliff, as the mage, misses this next hit as a mage again. Tearing is great, and Berwick is actually reminiscent of Three Houses. Gotcha. I don't know. I'm just not really inclined to play games that are made by Kaga, because I'm biased against him, because I don't really like any of the games that he actually made. I like FE3. If I lose current hype for Engage. It's there. I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna buy it day one. I'm gonna play it day one. I don't know if I'll record it. I don't know if I'll stream it. Might just play it for myself. I have yet to really have plans on that. Part of me wants to, but the other part of me knows that I'm not going to be able to keep up with recording it. Dang, missing everything. Would like FE if it was nothing like what it actually is. That's funny. I don't know. I'm looking forward to Engage. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I just don't think I'm going to have time to stream it, and that kind of puts a little bit of a damper on it, because I've always kind of wanted to try out recording and or streaming a new Fire Emblem game. I didn't get to do that with Three Houses, because I started my channel after that, and I didn't do that with Triangle Strategy, even though that wasn't a Fire Emblem game. But that's kind of because I didn't really feel the same vibe with that one. You activated my Trap Archer, true. Rest in peace, the mercenary himself. It was very fun beating him up with Lucas. That's not something I usually get to do. Got that hide shield. Now let's see what that does in this game. Tough leather shield for +3 defense. Simple as that. Cool. I like it. It was fun till it was grindy. Yeah. I think my thing with triangle strategy is that I got my hopes with it, or hopes up too much on it. I think that if I had gone in without the mindset of it being an FE game, then I would have liked it more. If I had held it to its own merit, then I would have liked it more. Because what I ended up doing is, like, so Triangle Strategy and Octopath Traveler are made by the same company, but they're nothing alike, and there's no, like, there's no undertone of Octopath Traveler being anything like Fire Emblem. But if I had gone in with the expectation, like, oh, this is going to be the next big thing, like, in terms of, oh, this is going to have the same character development or whatever as Fire Emblem, I probably would have been disappointed. Well, I guess I shouldn't say character development, because Octopath was clearly focused on 8 characters, and the character development was there and pretty solid, despite it being a little bit predictable at times. I thought it was a great experience. What's your opinion on Dark Deity? I haven't actually played it at all. I have exactly no thought process on that one, because I've just never... I don't even think I've seen gameplay of it. I think I watched... Did I even watch someone play it a little bit in VC? I think I did once. Maybe? I don't know. I didn't see much of it. My thought process on it was like, oh, cool. And then I didn't play it. That's about it. Maybe I should one day. I wouldn't be against it, I guess. Ooh, something to steal? Torch. Fascinating. I guess I'll go ahead and steal that then. Understood. Triangle Strategy was more like Final Fantasy Tactics. The problem is people lifted it up as an FE successor a little bit, yeah. I would say that's pretty true. Which I myself am guilty of as well. I thought it was going to be a Fire Emblem-esque game, and as such propped it up in a similar light. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I just think that I needed to go into it with a different mindset. If I play it again, I'm going to restart from the beginning and play it completely on its own merit. Octopath, however, is the game that I really, really enjoy. Don't understand why you love Triangle Strategy but can't enjoy Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, I don't know. My only experience with Final Fantasy Tactics is that I played it once when I borrowed it from my cousin when I was in like 5th grade or something. We traded for like 2 or 3 nights when he was visiting. He got my copy of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, and I got his copy of Final Fantasy Tactics for like 2 days. And that was our exchange. And we played those, and we both had fun, and he wanted to make the trade permanent, and I was like, bro, give me it back. I love that game. Partners in Time is probably my favorite Mario and Luigi game of all time. I love that game. But, that's apart from the point. I have a very small window of experience with Final Fantasy Tactics is all. I'm sure it's good. Also, Triangle Strategy is Iron Man-able. Now that's something I don't know about. I don't think I would have ever wanted to Iron Man that game. That was a rough one. Because if you lost... Like, I felt like a lot of the strategy in Triangle Strategy was that your units would die and then come back, and that was just part of it. You know what I mean? Like, you were going to lose units, and that was part of your strategy in each map. Either way, I'm not doing a very good job of commentating over the actual Fire Emblem. I'm having fun. That map was kind of painless in a way, because I guess it just kind of is what it is. Won the Iron Man first try? That's crazy. I respect that. There's no way that I'll try that. Triangle Strategy, I think, is on Steam again. Or, it's on Steam now. And if that's the case, maybe I'll pick it up again. But I'm not super sure. I don't know if I want to do one more map or call it here. So far, I've been having fun. Like, this has been just a very default good experience. I can't really say much more than that. Like, it's made Shadows of Valentia better than it was in my mind, which is a pretty big feat, because I don't like Shadows of Valentia. I've said that many times by now, and I won't stop saying it. I didn't think Shadows of Valentia was a good game. And I'm so far enjoying this, which maybe part of it is that I'm not reading the story and just doing the gameplay, because I just don't like Alm. I just don't. He's probably... I don't like him. I don't like him at all. Like, not even a little bit. There's nothing positive about Alm in my mind except for his stat line. But that's apart from the point. Maybe that's part of my enjoyment. I like Lucas, I like Tobin, I like Faye and Silk and Acantha, and Cliff's kind of funny, and Gray's pretty cool. All of us better than Ephraim? That's a hot take, at least in my mind. I think Ephraim's the best Fire Emblem Lord, but I'm also biased in a huge way. Thought about getting it, but you know what, you won't play it. Yeah, that's kind of my big thing with games recently. It's like, I really want to play more games, but I'm just not going to have the time with all the work and stuff. That's why I'm kind of worried about the whole streaming thing. I really love doing this. This is a great thing to do. I really love streaming, doing the Fire Emblem Romhack, you know, all this stuff, and showing you guys these amazing games, but I just don't have enough time for it. It's a shame. I'm on 12s all next week. A 60-hour work week awaits me. Have to get up at 2 in the morning and don't get home till 4, and then I have 2 hours until I have to go to bed. It's like, it's all good. Let's see. Is the GBA sound font of that one pop song? Yeah. Partly tired, but at the same time, a little night shift. I'm tired because I usually go to bed at like 7 p.m. and it's 10 p.m. for me. But, you know, that's how it'll be. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. I really appreciate that a lot. You guys have done a great service to me tonight. You've given me 19 likes. Really appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed this stream. If you did, make sure to share it so more people see this hack. The link is in the description as always. Either leave your constructive criticism of this game in the description, in the comments, or in the FE Universe page, or in their Discord. You can contact the creators of this game, Hyper Spaces specifically, through various means. I very highly recommend you give this game a shot for yourself, determine your thoughts on this game, because it's, at the end of the day, down to what you think. I'm just a funny streamer man who does Wolfgirl Enthusiasm and Fire Emblem. You have your own opinions and stuff, so do as you will. Links in the description below, all that stuff. Subscribe. We could hit like 750 by the end of the year if we really gun for it. That'd be my goal, I suppose. 750 by the end of the year would be great. Pristine, actually. And I guess that's about all that I have to say, so thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.